Everybody, it's Steph from the Hot Move Podcast. So now that we know Skip Bayless is not going to be returning, look, was it a firing? Was it a contract negotiations or whatever? Like, I mean, who knows? It might be who came to some kind of disagreement. Who knows what the issue really was? But either way, Skip is not coming back, right? And that leads to where could Skip Bayless go? Well, according to Front Office Sports, ESPN is not going to be the destination, right? ESPN is not interested in a reunion with Skip Bayless once he leaves FS1. We're set with the current first take rotation. Wish Skip the best on his future endeavors, an ESPN spokesman told Front Office Sports. I mean, was this spokesperson Stephen A. Smith, right? Nah, look, man. Skip Bayless going to first take back to ESPN. I didn't believe that could be a possibility. Just look, Stephen A. Smith is in full control, right? Skip is a control freak, okay? And him being a control freak, you saw the demise of Undisputed, right? You know, how he treated Shannon, the famous put your glasses back on, right? His DeMar Hamlin comments, right after he had a heart attack on the field and concerned about playoff implications and everything like that, man. Like, look, man, Skip, he had his run, right? He's part of old media, okay? New media has evolved and translated more so to the internet, right? First Take, Stephen A. has evolved it. They've evolved from debate style panel, right? I mean, putting Skip on that panel. Listen, I don't think people really like Skip over there at ESPN, even though, you know, Stephen A. Smith will have, you know, hat in hand and thank him at every turn possible, which is totally fine. You know, I get it. Or, you know, maybe should Skip thank Stephen A., right? You know, I mean, he was able to get Stephen A. on First Take, and, you know, being the person that Stephen A. is and what Skip was, they had something, right? They had their moment. It lasted for about 5 years, you know, and that's it, right? Skip and Shannon lasted for about you want to say 6 years? Right, from that, they launched in 2016. Shannon left in 2023, so, you know, look, almost 6.5 years, something like that, right? There's a shelf life with this type of stuff. Okay, so what is Skip gonna do, right? I touched on that last time I talked about it, and that's gonna be tough, right? I mean, you know, it didn't seem like Skip wanted to retire. You know, he still seemed very lively, right? I mean, him being Undisputed was really, you know, his only way of staying relevant, right? You know, and now that visibility is yanked from him, nobody's really running to his channel unless he has some complete channel overhaul and he's doing, you know, some type of setup with Wayne, even though I think Wayne is absolutely horrible for sports talk. Just from an audio perspective, like hearing Wayne mumbling through his iced out grills, is not good. Doesn't add to a good. I mean, he may say some decent things, but, you know, Wayne is just the clarity for an actual sports debate or conversation is not there, and he talks very slow. You know, but, you know, maybe that's what he's probably gonna do, right? Probably try to have something with Wayne. Wayne is basically like his only, you know, real celebrity friend that can, you know, somewhat help him out by getting some views. But again, I don't see Wayne being really, you know, Wayne isn't like Cam and Mace, you know, hip hop dudes, you know, talking sports. They're a little more upbeat, a little much more sharper, right? I don't think that'll help. But, you know, Skip, he's gonna have to be in that think tank, you know, for a bit to see how he's gonna reinvent himself at 72 years old. Should he retire? Sure. But, you know, again, you know, he definitely likes the spotlight. You know, he likes the show about him. You know, look, recently though, you know, him being the host, he has to wait and whatnot. But now, he's going to have to, how is he going to be relevant? Right. And is he going to invest the money? Right. Stephen A. Smith invested $1 million into his platform. Is he willing to pony up the cash? Right. Is his face just good enough? Right. I mean, him just getting on there talking, reading from a piece of paper, not entertaining. Right. But yeah, so that's it for him on TV. Right. There's really no other network, unless there's some other sports shows on Peacock or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like what? Tubi? Like what? Like, I don't know. I don't think so. But, FanDuel TV, right? DraftKings, would they sponsor this? Right? He skips a relic now. And for the fact that ESPN immediately shut it down, man, this is like, nah, we good. And I don't see him going over to help. Shannon's already over there. You know what I'm saying? They already paid Shannon, right? And if he wants to go to ESPN, like, they're not going to offer Skip a whole lot of money. They're definitely not going to be paying him what they're paying him at Fox. Absolutely not, right? So, man, Skip is in the blender, man. If he's at 72 and he still wants to do this thing, man, he's going to have to be very creative, and some magic is going to have to be spun up on his end, right? I mean, he is really going to... He's probably, he said, I think before, because he never addressed it yet. And he's not going to address it till the end, towards the summer. But, he was like, I had a good conversation with Wayne, in one of the opening shows, I think yesterday, right? Like, what conversation could that be? Hey, man, I'm not coming back. Let's do something together. A Skip and Wayne podcast would be absolutely horrible. But that might be his only route to remain relevant and make some kind of additional money if he cares about that. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.